Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dio Ideology, a photographer based in Nigeria. So I open this channel for people that are willing to learn photography, beginners generally, the basics of editing, different retouching techniques that you can use to take that your image to the next level. And also on this same channel, I'll be dropping some freebies, some free actions, some free loads that you can use on your images to make it pop and look very, very amazing. So today's business, we're going to be teaching Photoshop, the basics of Photoshop, the different tools that a photographer, a beginner should know. So without further ado, let's get into Photoshop and see what we have there.
So guys, the first thing we want to do is to go to Windows, Workspace, and choose Photography. As you can see, it has created the workspace for photography for us here. Next thing will be import. Go to File, I want to import an image into Photoshop. Then click Open. Then I downloaded these images from Unsplash. It's a website where you can get a lot of freebies images there. Then just click on this. Yeah, so we have our images imported already. Then click on layers, create a new layer here with this icon down below here. Okay, now I want to show you how layout works. So to turn on the visibility of a layer, just off and on this eye icon here. So let me just create 3 layers differently. So click on layer 1. Let me choose my brush. You can press B on the keyboard or just come here. Then this colored icon here. Then let me choose red. Okay. So let me draw. Yeah, so we have red color here on this layer. Click on the second layer, go to the brush settings also, then choose, let's say green, and paint over it. Then on the third one, come here, let's do blue. Okay. As you can see, we have 3 different layers and 3 different colors represented on those layers. So for every layer on top, it appears first. Like you can see, the blue overlays even above the image itself, even above the green, even above the red. It's because this blue is on top. So if I decide to take it down, you can see it goes back behind. It goes 2 steps behind because I have kept it down. So now, to turn on the visibility, as you can see, if I turn this off, the green goes. If I turn this off, the red goes, and if I turn this off, the blue goes. So that's just the basic concept of layers. So, and also you can reduce the opacity of a layer, any layer you want. Let me see. Watch this space here. Come here, reduce the opacity. Say 46. Then the layers, you can see it goes off, disappears. If I put it in 0, you see nothing. Then gradually take it up, then the visibility comes into play. So basically that's how layer works, and you can change the name of a layer. You can just double click on this layer 2, then you can just change it to say green. So you can rename your layer actually. Then red, then you have your blue. Cool. So now another thing you need to know as photographers is how to group a layer. Very, very important. Then to group a layer, hold your shift, then click on the top one. You can press Ctrl G on the keyboard or just click and drag to this icon. It goes. This icon beside creating a layer. Yeah. So you can off the whole group layer on its back. So that's the way group works basically. Then you can also change the visibility of the whole group. You can see everything fades out. Yeah. So that's how group works. So I'll be deleting this. You can just drag and drop in this icon, or just press delete on the keyboard. So I'll be pressing delete on my keyboard, so everything goes. So that's how layer works. So next thing, I'll be teaching you tools we use in Photoshop as photographers. Let me duplicate this layer. To duplicate a layer, to make this layer appear 2 times, you just press Ctrl J on your keyboard, or just click and drag to create a new layer. Cool. So we have background copy above background. So now I want to be working on this layer. First thing first, I want to remove what this guy is holding in his hands. So the basic tool we use is the clone stamp tool. Very important as photographers. We use it to remove pimples on the face, different blemishes on the face, and so on. So I want to zoom in. You can zoom in with this icon here. Just drag in, zoom in. Then with your clone stamp tool, you can use the bracket key to increase or reduce the size of the brush, the left bracket and the right bracket to increase or reduce the size of the brush. Then press Alt down to sample a place you want to use to duplicate this place. So you sample here, then you just paint around. As you can see, this plus sign beside our brush it's showing where it's actually sampling, showing where it's sampling. Then you can zoom in, and reduce my brush size. Press Alt, sample first with Alt, then delete. As you can see, very easy peasy. Then you go down, same thing you did there. Clone stamp to remember, very important. You sample, then you delete. I want to zoom in. Then you can press S. S is a shortcut for clone stamp tool. S, letter S on the keyboard. Then hold Alt, sample, delete. Very important. Oh, sorry. I sampled the finger because I sampled the finger mistakenly. You can see what happened there. So make sure you are sampling the right place. So you can either come to your zoom and press the fit to screen. It automatically takes you back to where you are. So as you can see, this is above this. Then if you just off this, you can see it appears back because we have the original layer here. Then this is on top. Very simple. So another way to clear what you don't want in Photoshop is by using the patch tool. So just come here, see the patch tool, yeah. Also shortcut J on the keyboard. You can just sample a particular place and just drag to another place. You can see it. That part is gone. Let me just zoom in. So you can deselect by pressing Ctrl D on the keyboard. Zoom in. Let me show you guys. You zoom in this part. I want it green. You can just come here, patch tool. You circle the part. Then simple, easy peasy. Ctrl D or just right click, the deselect icon comes into play. Then same thing here. Deselect. Ctrl D. As you can see, let me off and on the layer. This is the before, then this is the after. Easy. Crop, very important. To crop an image, just come here. Then reduce the size, any size you want. Same here, you can drag in. Very important. It's a very important tool in Photoshop, crop. For photographers, the way we select, very important. How to select a subject in an image. Like for example, you want to remove a backdrop, you want to remove someone from the backdrop. So we do that using different techniques. The first one is by using the rectangular marquee tool. By coming here, rectangular marquee tool, it's shortcut M on the keyboard. Then you just draw. Cool. Then you select this, You can come here by using the move tool to move your selection towards the side. Lovely, isn't it? Yeah, basic. So Ctrl Z, let's Ctrl Z that. Then we can also press Shift. You can go back to your marquee tool, press Shift on the keyboard, draw another rectangle to add to your selection. Press Shift on the keyboard, draw another rectangle to add to your selection. Very easy. Then if you want to remove from your selection, you can just press Alt down, Alt on the keyboard to remove your selection. As you can see, I'm removing this part. Cool. Then you can just use your move tool also again to move your selection. So Ctrl D to deselect, same thing, and Ctrl Z, just Ctrl Z this, Ctrl D. Cool. Another way to select an image is by using the lasso tool. It's just a freehand. Just use the lasso tool to draw around your subject. Then use a move tool to move around subject and Ctrl D. The last method I'll be teaching on how to select a subject is by using color range. What do we mean by color range? You come to select, click on color range. Then what you do is to select the part of an image that you want to be selected. Let's say the hand. Click on the hand. So you can see the hand is selected here. Make sure your fuzziness is on, say something reasonable though. I use, depending on the image, I can increase or reduce. So you can use this add icon to add to the selection. So you don't want this part to be selected, so just remove from the selection. Since some part I don't want to be selected, remove from the selection. Then click OK. So it does a nice job also, but I don't like this, so I'll be correcting it using my quick selection tool. Then I just make sure this is on positive. It needs to expand. Easy. Then negative is actually to reduce. Go back to my quick selection. Yeah, quick selection. Then you click on negative to reduce the. So very easy. So let me add that back. So there you go. So that's another way of creating selection in Photoshop. Then another thing is Photoshop has an inbuilt artificial intelligence that helps you to actually select your image or a subject automatically. Go to select, then you see subject. It's pixel based, so the more the pixels, the better Photoshop easily identifies each subject in an image. Photoshop automatically selected this place for me, so I can just come to my move it around easily. And let me show you a quick technique to actually shift a backdrop from one place to another. So you can just come to Photoshop, come to File, New, let's just create a rectangular file, 48 inches by 36 inches. So now once you take your move tool from here, you can just, very easy way to remove backdrops. Take it to this part, drag it to this point, then drop. As you can see, the hand you have here is here. Just press Ctrl T on the keyboard. Yeah, it helps you to transform. Cool. So you have your hand here. Yeah. So that's another way to remove backdrops. Then you can, it's so easy. Then let me just close this. We're not using this. I just use as an example. No. Ctrl D, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Yeah. Ctrl Z is undo. Then Ctrl D, deselect. Basically, we use clone stamp, we use brush, show you how to use the brush. Then you use patch tool, talked about patch tool. Then the spot init tool. The spot init tool is a type of clone. There are two types actually. This helps you automatically to remove blemishes in the hand. Let me see if I can get an example of this. Oh, okay, nothing much. So let me just use this air on the hand. So when you use this is automatic, so you just draw over that part. You can see it removes automatically. You just draw over that part. Draw over the air reduces automatically. Easy peasy. So there you go. There you go. You use it on the face also to remove blemishes, pimples, and textures, you unwanted textures on the face. So that's that. I've talked about this spotting into also J, shortcut J on the keyboard. Yeah, quick one. I want to talk about adjustment layer, very important. So let me open another file. Open. Then let me open this beautiful car. I downloaded it from Unsplash. Yeah, cool. So I'm just my zoom key, right click, then fit to screen. Yeah, adjustment layers are very important tools in Photoshop, which actually makes you manipulate images very well. There are different adjustment layers here. The levels also very important. I use it to create texture constructs in images. So in create construct in images, you can just drag the blacks down, then drag the whites also, drag them in to create the construct. Then you have before, then you have the after. So that's one tool I use in Photoshop. Then you can come here also, black and white, gray layer. Also, you can change your images to black and white. So you can drag the reds down, drag your greens down. They're very useful tool. Very useful tool. Then you come here. Also, what do I use most of the time? Okay, I use the hue and saturation, very important tool in Photoshop too. So let me just delete my black and white layer so you can see the effects for all. Okay, let's drag this down. So now what you do is just come here, pick any color you want to manipulate. Like if you choose red, automatically anywhere Photoshop sees red in your images, it manipulates to the color you want. So you click on red, color picker with the red, then come here, change the color you want. As you can see, there's also red up here, so red is definitely going to change with it. So you can desaturate it also, any color you pick, desaturate any color you pick. Change the lightness, how much light falls on the particular color. If you want more light, there you go. There you go. So that's basically what we do. That's not all though, but it's just an intro to Photoshop, what you should know in Photoshop. These are the things that I learned first and I built up from there. So that's all. So if you want to export your images, you come to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. I use Save for Web Legacy because it just helps me manipulate or choose the particular size I want my image to be exported in. Right click on the screen, go to Fit on Screen. So you want to be selecting the mode, the file format. I like putting my images in JPEG. Then quality, let's say 100. Watch what happens here. The quality, the file size changes from 2.408 MB to 9.843 megabytes. So there you go. So basically you want to be checking convert to sRGB, very important. Maximum, and whatever you put here affects this one automatically. So if it's 100, then it's a maximum. So basically that's all. Then click on save. There you have it. So let me say export, then save. Yeah, there you go. So that's basically all for what the basic photographer should know, or what the beginner photographer should know about Photoshop, and although there are still some other things that I didn't touch, but for a start, very, very important. So guys, thanks for staying put. I hope you learned something, and make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. Bye for now. Peace.